This video is to show you how to save and share routes and maps with other people, or to save them to your account so you can access them later. As always, we are starting out on the home page, and click on Build a Route to get to the appropriate map. And for this one, I am going to use the Boundary Waters Quetico Voyagers map. So I'll click on that, and it brings up this familiar view. And let's just build a simple route so that we can demonstrate how to save and share these things. So I am just going to build a route starting here at Snowbank, and it is assumed that you already know how to build one of these routes. So I'm going to do that, just build the route. Now to share this map with somebody else, I just need to get a link. Using the share button up here, I just click on that, and I have a few options. One, I can share it on Facebook by clicking on this button. The full URL, I can send this to somebody, but if you don't like all those numbers and letters, you can opt to use the short URL here. So I'm just going to copy and paste that into another tab. And so if you send this in an email and somebody clicks on it, they should see pretty much the exact same map that you just saw. So it will calculate the route for them and everything like that. The other thing that whatever changes you make on the map, such as hiding the photos and maybe hiding some, like the day use motor and overnight hiking, maybe you want to hide those things, and so it makes the map a little bit less cluttered. That's a different map that you're sharing with somebody. So if I just press share, and I'll highlight that URL, copy it, putting it in a new tab. So if I sent this URL to somebody else, notice here that the map that comes up, there are no photos, and the other things that I took off aren't there anymore either. So the sharing, whenever you press the share button, it is going to show almost the exact same map that you are seeing with somebody else. You can also use this to save your maps for some other time. So for example, if you want to come back to the route, this does not save it to your account, but you could, for example, open up a Word document and save these URLs with notes on them if you so desire. This is free, so anybody can do these share links. Anybody can embed something on their blog post. So for example, if you wanted to embed a map in a blog post, you can change the height and width, and here's a little preview of what you would see on your blog. You can play with that a little bit to get it just right. Takes a little bit of playing to get the embedded ones just right. But those are all options to share the map. What if you want to save this route to your account? You can do that by doing the advanced controls. You can do that by either entering full screen or pressing the advanced controls button over here and pressing save. And the default name is saved route, but I can change this to whatever I want it to be. And this saves the route. It does not save the map. It just saves the beginning point, end point, and the settings that you have set up with it. So I'll press save, and it's been saved. I'm going to clear the map. Now, how do you access your saved routes? It's the load button right here. So if I press load, I have a big list here of routes that I've saved. I'll just do test route. And I have two options. I can either load the route with the settings that I originally created the route with, or I can load just the route points and use the settings that I currently have on the map. And I will demonstrate both of these. So let's load the route with the settings, and it should be exactly what we had before. So what if I change the settings here, and I'm going to do a different route, and I look at this route and I say, okay, well, what if I change the settings? What if I'm single portaging and I'm paddling a little bit faster? I can do that. So I click on the settings button over here or up here and change those settings. How can I apply those new settings to any saved route that I have? Because remember, with the saved route, I have also saved the settings that I calculated the route with. But I do have the option, if I press the load button, and I have test route selected here. If I load just the route points, it will keep the settings that I currently have. So that veteran paddling speed and single portaging, even though I saved the test route with double portaging and average paddling speed. Well, what would it look like if I had these updated ones? And that's what the load route points only is for. So I'll press that, it calculates it, I'll click off of here, and you can see that it is a little bit different. So take a look at that time here, 1 hour 47 minutes. Well, what if I loaded it with the original settings? It should be a little bit different here after it calculates. 2 hours and 29 minutes. So you can see the difference here. I can save that route with the original settings, but then I can update the settings and load just the route points to see what changes would be made. The question is often asked how we delete our saved routes or manage them or edit them. Right now it is very difficult to edit a saved route, and that's a feature we hope to have in the future. But we can delete and then recreate a route if we didn't like what it looked like. To get to all of your saved routes, click on your welcome, your name up here, and go to My Saved Routes. So click on that. And you'll get a list of all of your saved routes here. And the one that I want to delete is this test route. So if I just click on the delete button, it'll ask if I'm sure I want to do that. I can't undo this. So if I delete it, and notice now it is gone from the bottom of the list. So if I go back into that map and take a look at all of my saved routes here, notice that that one is gone. It's no longer there. So that's one way to delete routes. If I want to edit the route, what I'd have to do is delete the route, recreate it, and then I can name it that same name again. So right now that's the only way to edit one of your saved routes. I hope this helps you in sharing maps and routes and saving them to your account. As always, if you ever have questions, please feel free to contact us.